What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today's me, Type out here. Another video, another day, another dollar. Today's another episode of Sun Gazing with the Son of Man. Right. Let's get into it. Let's tap in. Let's do it. Yo, that might be. Yo, I might start using that. But yeah, y'all. Today I want to read Jeremiah 29:7, and I'm gonna read it from both my Bible and my notebook because I had two different versions of it, and I think both are pretty good. But first, with my Bible. Hello. Fire. That's lit. You're pretty good, man. That's fire. That's lit, bro. He lit, bro. That's lit. That's so cool. Wow. That was cool, man. The dog is pretty chill, too. That's fire. But Jeremiah 29:7 says, "Pursue the well-being of the city I have deported you to. Pray to the Lord on its behalf, for when it thrives, you will thrive." I love that a lot. And the second reading I had, Jeremiah 29:7 as well, but the second reading I had was, "Seek the welfare of the city I deported you to. Pray to the Lord on its behalf, for when it has prosperity, you will prosper." First off, I love the uses of prosperity and thrive. You know, like, and I love the how that verse really showed me that it takes many people to thrive, or it takes many people for prosperity. Not just me, but me working on the city he has been deporting me to. And for a more modern take and a more modern understanding, when I was going through this Bible study, what helped me was realizing that the city I had deported you to is the same as my room or where I live. And I remember on TikTok seeing a quote that said, "How can you expect God to bless you with a bigger space if the small space you have now, you can't keep it clean?" And I thought that's a really great point, because like it's saying, how can I expect God to give me something bigger or something greater if I can't keep the smaller thing clean? Or better yet, if I can't even be thankful for this thing and keep it super clean as it should be. Looking at that quote, it really reminds me of how in the season of my life I've been purposely, intentionally trying to keep my room clean as much as I can. I've been keeping it clean every day, which has been a great thing. And I feel like when it comes to that quote, I kind of realize why they say cleanliness is close to godliness, because every day where I actively try to have my room clean. Oh, you can go in front, so you can walk. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I realize,
listen, when you become famous, just remember me, okay?
of course, yes, sir. I have an answer, sir. But what I'm saying is that I realize that every time whenever I actively have my room clean, oh my gosh, there's a bird right here. I wish I could show you. Let me show you. Oh, my fault, y'all. I'm sorry for getting sidetracked, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at this bird. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. All right, back to it. But I realize that every day where I have my room clean, that's another day of me purposely thanking God. Not just through my words, but through my actions of being like, "Dear Lord, think of the fact you even gave me a room. But I want to give my most thanks and make it clean." And I think the reason why I love having a clean room is because as of recently I got a desk in my room. And I use that desk after having a clean room. I'll be able to have a clean room, clean mind. I'll use that desk to really write a script, do a Bible study, or maybe even just empty my mind. And obviously with the dirty room, you can't do as much. But that part right there relates me to another quote I've seen on TikTok, which says, "Gratefulness leads to more blessings." And I feel like for me, that leads into the fact that I'm able to do more with the clean room. You know, I'm really able to create more and give thanks more. But another thing I want to talk about is how I can apply this to my life. One thing I like is that in the verse it said, "Pray on its behalf," meaning there's things in my life that I have much control over, I have little control over, and things that I have no control over yet. But I realize that doesn't mean I can't pray over them. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that just because I don't have control over this thing, or I can't even see this thing yet, doesn't mean I shouldn't pray for it. For example, one thing recently is I've been praying for God to prepare me for things that I'm going to be in the future, or I'm planning to do in the future, you know? And having that mindset of like, I'm not ready yet, but I will be ready one day. It relates to this a lot, is what I realized. What I've learned from this Bible study is that God isn't one-dimensional. So why should my prayers be one-dimensional? Meaning that it doesn't have to be a prayer for just the living beings in my life or the ones I get to meet. But instead, I can pray for the non-living things in my life, simply just things like my sofa in my house. I can ask God to make that sofa grow, not only for just to seat more seats, but to have more fellowship in that house. You know what I'm saying? And my final takeaway of this video is that I actually want to challenge you to try and pray for three things you never prayed for in your life before. For example, it doesn't have to be a long prayer or a crazy prayer, but all I want you to do is start from a prayer of just, dear Lord, I thank you for the dishwasher. And from there, why do I have the dishwasher? To wash dishes. So then it's, dear Lord, I thank you for the fact that you have dishes. Why do I have dishes? To eat food. And from there, you thank God for food as well. But the reason why I want you to do that is because just from praying over one thing, you pray over three things. And I feel like, I don't know about you, but I never prayed over my dishwasher before. And it's a blessing, it's really thank God for the blessings you have. Just like I thank God for the dirty room I have at times, I thank God for the clean room I have. Just like you gotta thank God for the rain, so when you get the crops, it can be even better. But that's definitely all I want to say today. Thank you guys for tapping in, tuning in. Please continue to try your best. Please continue to never stress. Ooh, 2 for 2 today. But thank you guys for tapping in, tuning in. Please know I love you. Please continue to try your best. Hope you're staying blessed, not stressed. Hope you're staying blessed, not stressed. I looked at it for a second, but yeah.